Loomian Legacy is a pretty easy game. So let's change that by doing a Nuzlocke where if a Loomian dies, it's dead forever. And my main goal is to defeat Dr. Vanta, which are first to conquer the 4 battle theaters and 4 corrupted Loomians in order to accomplish. And the one begins with me picking my starter, which instead of giving myself the option to choose, I use the wheel because let's be honest, a challenge like this isn't meant to be fun. And the wheel ended up landing on Attempted, which isn't a bad starter per se, but not really anything special. And being forced to nickname all of the Loomians I get, I named it Loser because yeah. Then I went off to my first battle and obliterated my mother's Kabunga. And realizing it now, that sounds really bad. But either way, my Nuzlocke journey has finally begun. And upon reaching Route 1, I encountered Catthorn, one of the most powerful Loomians of the early game. I'll explain why later. Then after defeating a few trainers, I entered Chestnut Town and trekked towards Gale Forest, and found another Catthorn. Seeing as how he named my first one Caterpie, it was only fitting to give this one the title of Caterpie 2. And 100% at least one of them will be Death Father. There's not really much to talk about in Gale Forest, other than the fact that I'm already in my first boss battle against a corrupted Dusket. So I gotta play really strategically. See, Bug Bite is actually super effective. See, I don't think Caterpie is surviving for very long. Please live, at least one more attack. I mean, sure. Yeah, I see. I don't think I'm doing very well. Hey, he's stunned again. See, if I don't lose, that's fine, I guess. I'm just gonna wait, I guess. I mean, I just gotta keep spamming Bug Bite and just something happens. This Dusket is stupid. Okay, that hurts. Oh, he has no energy though. He has no energy. One more, please. I'm just gonna wait. Just one more Bug Bite. Use I don't know. Stun. Yes, use that. That's fine. And now I win. You see? Are you serious? Oh my god. I missed. Okay, you stun again. I'm fine. Okay, see, I win. You see, only one casualty. But hey, at least I still have Caterpie 2. Would you look at that, I got a Metapod. That's not right, is it? Then after being taught on how to play the game, I entered Route 3 and found a clip tech, which I named Evelyn Ost. That came straight from a random website that generated 1,000 different names. And keep in mind, I'll keep using this website for further use. Then after spending around an hour mercilessly killing Loomians for XP, I entered Sylvan City and was now prepared to take on the first battle theater of this Nuzlocke. Now the first 2 battles weren't really hard, but the battle star is pretty scary. Even though I have Avalon the Kleptech to counter Geklo and the Loser the Embed to counter Kleptech, I wasn't sure if I would make it out without a single death. But either way, I decided to lead with Avalon as Naya sent out Geklo. I was kind of banking on Avalon being able to one-shot the Geklo, but hold and behold, it didn't. And to top things off, the Geklo did exactly half of Avalon's HP, but I was able to knock out the first Geklo turn 2. And knowing that Avalon dies to another Shine, I couldn't risk it and switched to Caterpie 2 instead. But when I used the Bug Bite, it missed, and instead I switched into Loser who was able to tank another Shine. But taking advantage of the Geklo's low energy, I was able to take Geklo down to the red zone, but Loser took a static shock and ended up at 2 HP. So I knew I had to switch into Caterpie 2 once more to block its next attack, but it landed on 1 HP, and yet I had to sacrifice Caterpie 2. So much for having a Butterfree on the team, but whatever. However, Avalon was able to finish off the Geklo, and now I was face to face with Kleptech, and knowing that Loser dies to 1 hit, I kept Avalon in, and it ended up dying after a few back-to-back attacks. It was now all up to Loser the Embed to finish off this battle, but the question is Embed even enough? But then I noticed, Kleptech had 1 out of energy and Loser had 1 last chance to finish this battle. Please, one shot. He had no more energy. Oh my god. I don't think I lose this. Yeah, I lost. Okay. 1 singular HP. So I lost. But why is there still so much left in this video? Well, there's something I haven't told you yet. The footage you see here was actually recorded back in September, and right now it's July, so what happened? After I lost this Nuzlocke, I didn't really have the motivation to just do another one. And I knew that only losing to the first battle theater wouldn't really make a good video, so I kind of scrapped this video entirely but still kept the budget intact just in case. Then one day I woke up and decided to start this challenge once again. Why? Because I needed content. And months later after my original one, I started all over again, ready to not make the same mistake twice. I'm not gonna bore you with what I've already shown, so here's a quick recap. I decided to use the wheel again, but ended up with Vambat this time and named it Mackenzie Who, because I'm still on creative even a few months later. Then I caught a Cathorn, and at this point in time I forgot that I named my last two Cathorns Caterpie. Therefore, this Cathorn's name is Tate Leon. Yeah, let's just skip past this part. In Guild Forest, I found a grubby named the Jad Spear and traveled all the way towards the Corrupted Duskit once again. I defeated it this time without a single Loomian dying, which I'll be honest is already an improvement. Then Leon evolved into Pope, and I was then taught on how to play the game, which honestly kind of makes sense. Then traveled to Route 3 to catch a Gaglo named Atlas. After evolving Jad into Kunokopia, I once again entered the Southern Battle Theater. Like last time, I beat the first two trainers with ease. And now I was up against Battlestar Naya for the second time. I think I'm gonna go use the same shot I did last time and just stare 2 times. I just don't paralyze, that's all I ask for. Goes first, stare, and that's fine. Actually, that's actually preferable because Gekko only has the ranged moves. Okay, nice, critical hit. Perfect. Now I think I'll just stare until Jad Spear can't take any more hits. Ooh, that was so bad. I doesn't get to crit 2 times in a row. I'll pick on the stare. Okay. What? No way. That's so... Dude, that's insane. 2 crits in a row. I also said that as well. Okay, does Gekko rest here? Or dodges? Oh, that's bad. That's actually really bad for me because waste energy. I am banking on Prope to being able to take down Kleptyke. So I think the best thing to do here is to rest because that's what Gekko's doing as well. Yep, and I rest and get basically all my energy back. Ooh, this is so tough actually. Do I really want to sack Prope? That crit dismantled my entire plan. If he uses Prope, I think I'm fine. I think I gotta sack Leon. I think that's the best you could do. Crit. Wait, that's huge. That is so... That's huge. Oh my god. Just don't quit me. Just don't quit me. Please. Yes, I win. Please. Please. Oh my god. Oh my god. That crit was game changing. Oh my god. By the way, I'm still kind of mad that Jad Spear was taken out by a double crit. Anyways, I also ended up naming my Loomians normally because the joke isn't really funny anymore. Going back over to Route 3, I entered Galvanite Cave and saw a mysterious boy gazing towards his crystal. But let's be honest, we all know where he came from, but he challenged me to a battle. The boy sent out Embit while I sent out Atlas, who was easily able to defeat it after it spammed Burrow and Growl for some reason. Then he sent out Gekko, so I just switched into Hugh and killed it with one move. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Hugh evolved into Vampire. And after a little bit more training, I was able to get Leon to evolve into a Sunmoth. And remember when I said that Cathorn is one of the most powerful Loomians in the early game? Well, that's because not only does it gain access to 3 different status moves, a pretty decent bug type move, but it gains the 90 base power move Jetstream, which would be crucial in the next battle theater, though I'm getting ahead of myself. And fortunately, I was able to use my newly acquired Leon Sunmoth against his poor, unassuming little trainer. Would you like to meet my Jetstream fam cup? Oh boy, and you get one shot. This is so much fun. Yeah, I think this Loomian is going to be carrying me for the foreseeable future. Moving on, I caught a Diego the Slugging and punched the Babor, so that was pretty cool. Then when I entered Ignis Hollow, I was hoping to catch an Ignore, but it's a 2% chance to encounter, so I wasn't really expecting much. So when I got my encounter here, I found a Kratal, which I named in distaste. But seeing as our Kratos is a trait evolution, I was immediately able to evolve it into a Cracker Lower. Continuing my journey, I stormed through Igneous Hollow, defeating all of the corrupted people, and was now tasked to save the sanctuary by defeating the corrupted Ikazune. But before I could do that, I had a little mini side quest to set out on to gain another powerful member for my team. You see, in Hiwa Village, there are 4 certain Loomians you could encounter which would greatly help me in the long run. And the one I had my eye on the most is Milgu, the toxic type. So after searching for this Loomian for like, I don't know, half an hour, I eventually found it, which gave me a lot of anxiety considering that this Loomian has the move Tribute, which straight up kills itself, meaning that I would fail the encounter. But fortunately, I caught it and named it Stinky and immediately removed Tribute, just in case I don't accidentally misclick it. After a bit more training, I was ready to tackle the pagoda to defeat the corrupted Ikazune. I ended up leading with Leon, and expecting an electric type move, I switched into Punch to completely block it. However, the Ikazune ended up using Singe instead, dealing a lot of damage, and I instantly realized that Punch is just a Loomian born to die. I then sent out Stinky, who took a thunder jump to the face and almost killed it. Could you imagine that I spend hours training a Loomian, then have it die immediately during its first battle? I could never. But Stinky was able to retaliate with Slime, luckily poisoning the Ikazune. And not wanting Stinky to die, I switched it out for Diego, meeting the same fate as Punch. But knowing that Atlas had the move Dodge, I would be able to stall long enough for Ikazune to eventually die to a final shine. Even though I defeated Ikazune, it came at the cost of 2 more of my team members. Though I was still feeling pretty good as all of the Loomians who have died so far pretty much served their purpose. Then I moved on to the Hiwa Battle Theater, which specializes in the fire type, and is coincidentally weak to the air type. Therefore, I was able to spam Leon's Jetstream, OHKOing every single Loomian for the first 2 trainer battles. When I came to the battle store, I ended up OHKOing the Kratos and Wispup, but things would end up nowhere to what I had anticipated. Okay, not bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. But I'm scared. I don't want to rest because I feel like that's just gonna kill. Ooh, okay, now I'm in a very difficult. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, that's enough energy to kill. Okay, this better kill. If it doesn't, Leon is dead. And Leon is... I use dodge. Oh, that's so bad. That is actually so bad. I have to switch out. But to who though? Okay, I'll switch into Atlas. Shouldn't kill, I don't think. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, now I should tase here. So I think Kakaloa is already like super slow. I'll use Static Shot. Use Mud Spatter. Oh god. Yeah, Atlas, you... Oh, wait. Okay. Atlas, you okay. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay, then I'm gonna go to Stinky. And I need Kakaloa to rest here. Confound, I think, is my best option. Let's go down to rest. Okay, that's good. Poison? No, no poison. I'll just use Confound again and hope for the poison. That's super effective. And Speed fell. Okay, that's... This is so bad. This is so bad. Wait, why am I using Confound? Why don't I use Slime? I'm a brick. Okay, I'll just use Slime. Come on, kill. Oh my god, please. I win. Oh my god. That was so scary. That was so scary. I wasn't even sure if I would live that. I'm sweating bullets. Now, Atlas dying here wasn't too crucial, as let's be honest, I was never gonna evolve this thing to an Iguana, so it would have been dead weight anyways. So right now, I'm doing fine, I hope. Upon going to Route 6, I got Tree the Kabunga and spoiler alert, I don't ever bother evolving it. Then in Hiwa Cemetery, I caught Hearth the Wispup. And fun fact, did you know that this is one of the best training hotspots in the game? And noticing the fact that everything almost went terribly during that last battle, I did the only thing I could have possibly done. Yeah, I'm locked. Then going into Route 7, I caught quite possibly the best encounter in this entire video. And in case you didn't know, Rimpo evolves into Stratosaur, an extremely good Loomian. And the way to evolve it is to get max friendship. So would you expect someone like me to just play the game normally, battle with it, and eventually meet the evolution requirements like a normal person? Or I could just run around in a circle, slowly but surely maxing out its friendship, because why not? Well, if you guessed the first option, you're wrong. I also encountered an Ikizune. No way! I can't catch it. But like why? I mean like I have no reason to catch this thing. Because I can't. I have no reason to kill it, so like, seriously? Then after some training, my team was now leveled up and I felt confident enough to head to challenge this next battle theater. But first I had to challenge Mabel and Lucas again. Starting off with Lucas, I Urkoed his Kabunga, but his Bulwark caused the Jet to end up poisoned. Even though I Urkoed the Bulwark, next was an Alaguana which Jet was extremely vulnerable to, so I had no choice but to switch out. And I sent out Leon, but unfortunately got paralyzed in the process. But after getting the Alaguana to fall asleep, I was able to take it out after switching into Stinky. And as for Mabel, well, let's just say it was a lot cleaner than the last battle. Then right after evolving Hearth into Revenine, I was finally able to challenge the Sephiroth Battle Theater. And I'm gonna be honest, this was by far the easiest Battle Theater. As during the battle against the Battle Store, Not Igneal decimated Munchyreel and Concradon, while Jet finished off the opposing Stratosaur with ease. So the Battle Theater's down, huh? Only one more to go. And after Not Igneal's amazing performance, it's graduated from Not Igneal to Igneal. But I'm realizing now that I've been naming all of these Loomians unique names that kind of suit them just a little bit. However, throughout this whole run, I kind of missed the perfect opportunity to name one of these Loomians subscribe, as it would have been the perfect plug for getting you, the viewer, to subscribe to this channel. I mean, the button is right below this video, so you might as well press it. But before I could head off onto the next area, I needed to go to Pollute Campus and raid the secret laboratory. And while in there, I was able to catch Scorb, the little orb, and defeated every single Pollute guard without much issue. And after traveling to the lab, I ended up facing Dr. Vanta. Except he's a coward and instead had me fight his Cryptid Paragon because why not? I led with Igneal and honestly, kind of expected to sacrifice it because I already have another fire type on the back board. And Igneal kind of did its job already. Well, that's what I thought, so I'll just let this battle play out. I think getting the speed drop would be crucial. Oh man, that's useless. This should be fine. Yeah, I'm just lowering its speed stat. It's just using Augment. Why? Okay, Power Siphon. I'm fine. But this is a sweep. Yeah, that was easy. What was that? I was scared for nothing. This game just keeps getting easier and easier. Dr. Vanta was understandably upset at Putzgun's performance. And trust me, I would too if I was on the opposing side. Anyways, hey look, I'm in Lotusun Beach. And when I dipped my toes into the water, I caught a Goppy which I named Mrs. Fish. Then I encountered one of the hardest boss fights in the entire game, the Corrupted Samarine. Something that most players don't know is that this specific Loomian has a whopping 500 HP, meaning that I can basically tank any attack with ease. But to combat this, I ended up giving every single one of my Loomians the move Dodge, and Leon the move Toxic Spores, which applies poison that deals 1/8 of the target's HP. This would be crucial as this completely bypasses the amount of health this Loomian has, and all I had to do was solve for as long as possible. This is going to be so tough. Oh god, you sharpen. Oh god, that's so bad. You got poison, okay. Okay, I got the poison off though. Oh god. This is bad. Shit, okay, this is so bad all of a sudden. Maybe I'll sharpen again, and I'll get the life strain off. Okay, you sharpened. That did nothing. Oh, that did actually nothing. I'm at half HP though. I think if I stall long enough, I win. Okay, dodge. Okay, there's a small chance dodge fails here, but that's a risk I'm willing to take, because I can't do anything else here. He's in the failed. And Leon... Oh, you sharpened again. Wait, it's throwing. So I'll dodge again. I think I'll just dodge again. And it failed. And... You know, that was unfortunate. Leon's death was the first one to actually hurt. Leon ended up carrying me in so many crucial battles that I otherwise wouldn't have survived. And the worst feeling is that this death was completely preventable. But either way, rest in peace, the valiant warrior, Leon the Sundermoth. Following this death, I desperately needed to find a new member on my team. So going through my boxes, I found one little guy that could potentially become a new member. Lil Orb the Scorb is my new team member, and I spent around an hour grinding so I can evolve it into a God Drone, who has a unique mechanic that can transform into one of three types. which would be useful to fill in any weaknesses that my team may have. And finally, I entered Atlantean City, and immediately had an existential crisis. Oh god. Oh my god. Earth is almost dead. Earth, thank you for the crit. Oh my god. Earth. Jesus. Then right after, I decided to take a break from the Nuzlocke to spend some time with my in-game friends. For example, I went into the clothing store and got to pick out an outfit for the person whom I don't know. Leave in the comments for who this person is for me. Thank you. But little did I know, the fun wouldn't last for long because when I entered this ramen shop to visit Lucas, I unexpectedly got into a battle that even I didn't know about. Oh, that's scary. Wait, no, that's actually very scary. Oh my god! That was terrifying. I'm just gonna use jet stream again. Why did that happen? I am out of here. Oh, what the hell is Revenine? What? Where is she? I can't move. I guess I have to rejoin? So eventually I had to restart the game and redo this entire battle. But you know, it's fine, I at least can get into this battle with a little bit more knowledge. And surely not a single Loomian will die. Oh my god! How strong is this thing? What? Jesus Christ! What is up with this Haganash? It almost killed one of my Loomians. What is going on? Oh, Frostbeam. I don't know how much damage that does. Now I'm scared because I don't know how much damage my Loomians are taking. And that just makes me scared. Oh yeah, I cannot have Jets stay in. Oh dear god, wait. This is actually a hard fight. This is actually pretty terrifying now. Yeah, I think I'm safe to switch in Vespa Watu. Okay. What the hell? Oh my god! What is going on? Why is it doing so much damage? Oh, this isn't good at all. This is not good. This isn't even a boss fight. I'm just getting trapped by this random guy in the restaurant. Now, I think I'm safe to switch in Little Orb. Oh. Wait, that just kills. What is up with this Colossotrops? Please go first. Okay, I went first. Please kill. Thank god. So I spent a few hours grinding for this Loomian only for it to end up dying in its first battle without being given the option to use a singular move. I mean, I defeated the Colossotrops, but at what cost? And when I went over to Mabel, I got into a double battle and unfortunately, another one of my Loomians met an unfortunate demise. Oh! Oh no, this is all falling apart. This is bad. I just lost Hearth. And just like the last battle, I made it out but with the cost of another Loomian. I had just lost 2 core members of my team, and this is my actual first existential crisis. What am I supposed to do now? I mean, I got a Katone named Little Kitty. Yeah, but all of a sudden, I now have to start preparing for the next battle theater, which is full of double battles. After reviewing each and every single Loomian in the Atlantean Battle Theater, I came up with a strategy which I won't reveal just yet. Just know that this will be my hardest challenge yet. And for the first time, the trainer battles were actually difficult. But for the first trainer, I was easily able to defeat the opposing Loomians because they're all quad weak to stinky slime. However, the second trainer wouldn't be so easy, and when looking over the upcoming Loomians, I spent an entire 30 minutes just strategizing. Thinking of which Loomians I should lead with, doing some damage calculations, even changing some of my Loomian's items around. And this isn't even for the battle star. But alas, no matter what, I still had to walk through that door. My opponent led with Somada and Deludrix, while I led with Stinky and Igneol. I was able to get the poison onto the Somada while I had Igneol dodge. Then the next turn I outkilled the Deludrix, but Igneol couldn't quite finish off the Somada. But with Stinky's extremely powerful ability Soul Siphon that increases Stinky's range attack for each kill he gets, I was able to take out the Somada and outkill the Golash, giving me a very clean victory. However, the battle star would be tough. My main objective here is to use Metal Shriek with the Jet to lower my opponent's range defense, so Stinky could pick up a few KOs, creating a domino effect for it to begin sweeping my opponents. And it worked. Okay, nice, perfect. Bobs, okay, that is completely fine. That is fine by me. Now I just do the exact same thing again. Now I think Cleonate is guaranteed to die here. Oh shoot, that is bad. Okay, only use the enchantment. Okay, I think I'm so fine though. Now I've turned this into a 2v1. Yeah, I'll switch into Igneo. Does destroy the plushie though, which is unfortunate. But Rancidor is now +3. Okay? Nice. And the crit. I survived the Atlantean City Battle Theater. That was so stressful. No deaths as well. I planned this perfectly. I was able to perfectly strategize against the Atlantean Battle Stars and won without a single death. And now I only had one less opponent to defeat. Dr. Vanta. But I only had like 4 viable Loomians, and knowing what this battle has, I know I wouldn't be able to win. So therefore, I began preparing. After the tragedy that took place in Atlantean City's living district, I knew I had to rebuild my team. Beginning with the 4 core members I already had, there were 3 new recruits that would walk alongside me for the rest of this Nuzlocke. First, we have Thunder the Joltooth that was found and revived in the Laguna Lake laboratory. Then there's Mrs. Fish the Arapago, caught in Nutterson Beach, and just a mere reminder of which life was taken on that day. Lastly, there's Lil Kitty, caught in the living district of Atlantean City and the echo of another fallen soldier. This was the final team that would defeat Dr. Vanta once and for all. But before I could even fight him, I had to enter this mansion and have a friendly little spar with a few friends, and thankfully not a single Loomian died here. And after beating a few grunts infiltrating the mansion, I was ready to enter what can only be described as this game's victory road. The Awanada Trench. And I ended up encountering my final capture of the Nuzlocke because why not? In this area, I had to face a multitude of double battles which I was already prepared for, as I committed terrorism against these grunts. I began using Zip Zap with Mrs. Fish, combating a lot of the water and metal types and providing me with a free switch. Stinky then began sweeping entire teams thanks to Soul Siphon. Then Thunder using its Archaic Shell dealt massive damage in one singular attack. Then Hugh using Shadow Sprint finished off low HP enemies. Then Igneo took care of specifically Honda of all Loomians. Then Jet provided crucial support with the Metal Shriek, causing enemies to have low defenses. And the Little Kitty? I didn't end up using her at all. And after the Gauntlet of Grunts, eventually I came face to face with Dr. Vanta. He led with Tyrex, an unfortunate decision, as Mrs. Fish stared it down and defeated it with just 2 tsunamis. Next, he sent out Samarine, trying to torment and remind me of the death of Leon, and unlike last time, was taken down with a singular Zip Zap along with a critical hit. Zip Zap provided me with a free switch against the Cosmere into Thunder, using her Archaic Shell to kill it with one fell swoop, and she got another critical hit, a reflection of what had taken place in Sylvan City. Oh, a Polygon? Don't mess with me, I've already played these games before. And this last Loomian is Stratosaur? What a joke, sending out a Loomian who is quad weak to electric? And finally, I won. I officially defeated Dr. Vanta, but at what cost? Even now when I look back at this, I don't feel a sense of victory or a sense of celebration, but yet, all I do is feel disappointment. I won. I should feel happy, as I was able to celebrate this victory by using Super Sandakuda and all that soy stuff. I thought to myself, that win didn't feel satisfying. I can't really pinpoint why, as it's not something I even know myself. Maybe one day I could figure it out. Rest in peace to all of the soldiers that were able to make this one possible. And thanks for watching this video.